My favorite manifestation techniques, which are very powerful and will help you manifest your dream life. Hey guys, hope you're well. And in this video, I will be sharing some of my favorite manifestation techniques. These are techniques that I have used to manifest things in my life. These are the techniques that I give to my clients. These are the techniques that are worldwide famous because they really help you manifest what you want. Now, a disclaimer that I would like to tell you. Just doing these techniques within themselves isn't really going to magically change your life. These techniques are really helpful, but even after doing these techniques, we still need to take control of our actions. We still need to have appropriate boundaries. We basically need to have alignment. And while doing these techniques, we will still face some resistance. And how to handle the resistance? You have a video of mine linked in the bio where I talked about how to handle resistance well. So these techniques in themselves help you start a new thought process. They help you manifest what you want by starting a new thought process, and they help you impress your subconscious mind. When we start to impress our subconscious mind, we start to live in the end is when our manifestations come to pass. So let's get into it in a step-by-step manner. Now, you can be someone who likes one technique and doesn't like the other. There is no essential issue with that. Some people like one technique, some people like the other. And some people who are like me like one technique for one area of their life and they like another technique for another area of their life. So this is also fine because different techniques can work different areas of your life based on how you feel about them, based on how you feel while doing the techniques. So the first technique that will help you manifest your dream life is affirmations. Now, affirmations is a really great technique. Affirmation is basically a statement. While you say that statement, it claims that you have what you want, right? That's the simplest way in which I can explain an affirmation. An example of an affirmation is, I am in a committed and a healthy relationship. I feel so blessed. I am always loved and chosen. Now, affirmations can be focused on different areas and they can be done in different ways. So, the first way through which people do affirmations is focus directly on the desire. It can be based on I have this in my life, I have that in my life, I feel this way because I have this or because I have that in my life, right? Another way through which we focus on affirmations is based on our self concept and our feelings. I feel confident, I feel good enough, I feel blessed, I feel loved and chosen. That is a way through which we do affirmations for our own self, right? One thing that I would always tell people is whenever you are doing affirmations, focus on adding some feeling word in it, which is something that has always helped me. Now, it is something that a lot of people also do without, and that works for them. But I have seen that for me to guarantee that when I receive what I want, I'm happy with it, I'm blessed with it, is to add that one word. Now, if you're doing multiple affirmations for the same topic, you can add one of the feeling words in at least one of these affirmations, right? So a feeling word can be I feel good, I feel blessed, I feel amazing. So a reason why that is because a lot of times the how, when it is not in your control, can come in your life in a way where you don't know if that would be a good idea for you or not. So for example, if you're manifesting a job but you're fired from your last job, right? If you don't want to face that circumstance, an affirmation word, a feeling word that you can add is I feel so amazing that I have gotten my dream job. So let's say I say I feel so amazing, I'm automatically adding it in the focus part that when I receive my dream job, I will be feeling amazing. Or while through the journey on getting the dream job, I will be feeling amazing. So this is a feeling word. Now, some people affirm robotically, which is just constantly saying affirmations. That, in my personal opinion, works for small things. I have not seen it work for things which are big for people like a relationship or money. Now, big and small is actually dependent on the person who is doing the affirmations. A big issue with that is, and a big reason why that is because we face resistance, we face opposite thoughts. So, a lot of times, some situations require us to introspect, to go through these thoughts, to work on these thoughts. But we can try to bypass this by just affirming, but it doesn't really help if we are not dealing with resistance well. Another way through which you can do the affirmations is to set timers. So let's say a 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 2-3 times a day, and then throughout the day you focus on generally feeling good. That is also a good way to affirm. The next manifestation technique that is absolutely amazing and a lot of people love is visualization. Now, visualization is something Neville Goddard was a lot into. He was the one who used to promote the concept of visualization a lot. So what visualization is you imagine yourself in your eyes, in your mind's eye, sky. You're imagining yourself receiving what you want. So you're basically constructing a scene in your mind, which, if it would be true, would imply that you have already received what you want. So let's say I am manifesting a car, right? And let's say in my mind's eye, I am imagining a scene that I am telling one of my friends, I'm so happy to have finally purchased my dream car. Now, I would only be saying this statement to my friend if I would have gotten the car in the first place, right? Now, one question that I get a lot from people about visualization is that, do I really need to visualize in the third person or the first person perspective? So, for people who don't know, the third person perspective is as if you're watching yourself in a movie screen. A first person perspective is as if you're seeing from your own eyes, right? So, it is usually preferable that you imagine from the first person perspective. But if you are just someone who is new at visualization and you really like the technique, you want to learn it, and you're spending your time, but you still somewhere are doing it from the third person perspective, gently bring yourself to the first person POV. That is through which you will learn, and eventually it will be fine. But don't stress that much about it. What is the most important thing with the visual scenes that you're doing is the feeling state that it is bringing inside of you. After doing the visual scene, is it making you feel calmer? Is it making you feel in control? Is it making you feel like someone who has what you want? Or is it making you feel more agitated? Is doing the scene just making you look for it? Like, where is it? Where is it? If it is doing the second thing, then it's not really doing the job that it's supposed to do. So, usually people visualize while they are going to bed. This is called the state akin to sleep. Neville Goddard talked about how you should take this inner feeling, this inner knowing to sleep, because when you are sleeping, your subconscious mind is wide open. It is open to suggestion. Because it is open to suggestion, you are able to take these things and you are able to put this new scene, this new idea like a seed in your mind. Now, when we talk about visualization, you don't really need to just affirm at the state akin to sleep. You will go through that state throughout the day 2-3 times. So even if you want to visualize in the middle of the day, you can just sit down, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and get yourself very calm, and then visualize. That's completely fine. You shouldn't be worried about doing one scene or two scenes. As long as all imply that you have what you want, you can do any of these scenes. Again, the major thing, what is important, is the feeling that it creates in your body. The next manifestation technique, which is really powerful, is scripting. Now, what is scripting? So, scripting is basically you writing a journal entry as a version of you who would have what you want. So, let's say I now have the money that I want or the relationship that I want, and I'm writing a journal entry talking about my day. Or I'm just writing a journal entry or a letter in general where I'm just being grateful about me receiving what I want. Now, scripting really works well for people who like to journal, who like to write, who like to read, because there are a lot of people who also love writing their affirmations. That's completely fine. That is a form of scripting, right? Some people like reading these scripts. In fact, most of my clients, this one activity that I give to them, and this is something you can copy too, is to write a list. At the start of the coaching, I always do this, to write a list as the version of you who has what you want, and to read that list on a daily basis in the morning. This sets the tone of how your day starts, and it really, really helps. So, what would be really helpful is to write this list from the end point of view that I have what I want. Now, a few things to keep in mind while you're scripting. First, if you're just doing it as a chore, don't do it. It wouldn't really create the results that you're wanting. There are different techniques that can make it feel fun, because a lot of times scripting can take more time than affirmations or visualization. For people who are very occupied throughout their day, they can just do it as a chore, and it doesn't really help because it is not really making them feel like they have it. Another thing is, one thing that, like, and this is a tip that really helps me, is if you are running out of ideas of scripting and you really like scripting on a daily basis, one thing that I would really advise is that as you're writing down, right, as you're writing down your scripts, write it every day. If you're writing every day from that day's point of view. So for example, if I'm running out of ideas of what I would do if I was in a relationship, right, and I still want to script, and let's say I'm manifesting a relationship, what I would do is I would look at my day to day, right? Let's say it's night, I'm recording this video. I will write a script after this saying, today today I woke up and did this. And then in that I would include the manifestation too. So let's say I'm manifesting a partner, I can write down, today I did this in the morning. And when I opened my eyes, I saw my partner, right? Now this can be an end result and can actually create a lot of ideas for you, so that you don't really need to constantly look for more ideas on what to do, what to imagine, things like that. Another manifestation technique that really helps is inner child meditations and meditations in general. Now, I know a lot of people don't like the concept of meditations. I am a fan of it. In fact, most people who work with me get some sort of an inner child meditation. I anyway have one guided inner child meditation on my YouTube channel. Now, the inner child meditations and everything, the way that they help is by first helping you feel like you have released your traumas, you have released your wounding, you have released your issues, right? It also helps you have conversations with the inner child version of you. So, one thing that you would often notice is that the resistance that you get is not from someplace else, but a small part of you that feels rejected, hurt, broken, not chosen, not good enough, not loving, not lovely, things like that, right? Now, when you will see that the core behind it, that part of you is anyhow a younger version of you. That is a younger version of you. It doesn't really have to be something that you are younger. It can be something 2 days back. That is still a child version of you, right? Compared to where you are now, any version of you before that is a younger version of you. A lot of times our resistance is coming from some hurt that that version of me faced and is projecting towards me, either trying to protect me with it or trying to make me feel that I haven't taken the justice or the revenge that is needed, and that is what is coming out in my resistance practices, right? Doing inner child meditations can help us calm down our resistance a lot. And resistance is the one thing that comes in between you wanting what you want, you focusing on the techniques, and then in the middle part. That resistance part is something that you will eventually need to face. So this is where you can start to use inner child meditations, guided meditations to really help yourself. So I really hope that this video helps you. I hope you're able to take the help that you need from it and you are using these techniques to manifest your dream life. The next video is going to be lovely. You're going to love it. It's going to be a success story. I will see you guys there and hope you have a great day ahead.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and share if you like the video. The link for my one-on-one coaching, my self-help courses, and my free newsletter are in the description box below.